everyone.
What's up guys, Unofficial MCU here, hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be discussing some new reveals, some new teases here about the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool 3 movie. Of course, we're going to go ahead, we're going to break it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab the subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Marvel-related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab the subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from CBR.com. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there, as well as an overall garnering source. So Deadpool and Wolverine's Hugh Jackman recently taken to reveal one of the toughest parts of Wolverine's comeback, and within that preparation, Deadpool and Wolverine star Hugh Jackman admits that he was quite sore from the physicality that he's endured to get back into shape to take on and really play the role of Logan or Wolverine for the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe, specifically movie Deadpool 3. However, he's glad that his body is still responding after his comeback preparations. So speaking with People magazine alongside co-star and close friend Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman revealed that he grew to enjoy training for his Wolverine comeback after the initial intensity of his work alongside stunt coordinator Brian Smurs. However, the 55-year-old actor found bulking up to play the Claw using mutant the hardest aspect of things, saying that there, in quote, "When I came back to it, it was really fun and I was thrilled. My body was a little sore at the beginning, but I was thrilled that my body was still responding at least, and I realized how good it is for your brain as well. But the hardest bit, the food," he says. "I have to eat a lot. For me, for my body type, I'm naturally skinny. To get the size on, that's the hardest bit. That's the bit that does my head in, really." Ryan Reynolds went on to elaborate on Jackman's reign, saying that, yeah, the 5-6 meals a day, which sounds great to some people. I'm sure they're like, well, that sounds great, but it's really not like that type of food that you really want to necessarily enjoy. Exactly. Ending that quote right there. And yes, of course, mind you, it's nothing all that crazily interesting, into the regards of the actual movie itself, like plot details or anything like that, scoops or anything. It's really just kind of talking about the preparation process, what it's like to play these characters. I think is something that I find very fascinating and interesting to myself as a Marvel fan, especially here for Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. Having Hugh Jackman make that return, like what was difficult for him, what were those barriers that he had to overcome to come back here as this character for us fans out there, is something that I find quite personally very interesting. The physical toll of taking on Wolverine has affected Jackman for years at this point, forcing him to retire from suiting up as the character after 2017's Logan. It was just a bit of a hassle on his body, though he had admitted having instant regrets from that decision, and well, now he's back, thankfully. Despite his age and having not played Wolverine in quite some time now, Ryan Reynolds also had said that he couldn't believe the speed and physicality Jackman has displayed in his Deadpool and Wolverine action scenes, looking like he's aged really in reverse, saying that there, in quote, just the sheer relentlessness that you have dedicated yourself towards stunts, choreography. It was the first time that I had ever seen how invaluable a background in song and dance is when you are doing it in an action movie. You hit your marks in those fight scenes with speed and confidence, the likes of which I have really never seen. I don't care if you were 25, 35, 45, or 55 now, it was lightning," he had said to Jackman in praise to him from Ryan Reynolds. "Watching you get to do what just looked like a clinic on stunt work was one of the most impressive things that I've ever seen in my life." Ending that quote right there, complete and utter praise from Ryan Reynolds to his friend of Hugh Jackman. I just love the bond between these two guys. Like, it goes so much more outside of just playing these characters. They're really friends in real life, which I think is something that makes the movie all the more great, because there's really that chemistry between the characters of Deadpool and Wolverine for Deadpool 3, of course. Also letting us know that a lot of the choreography, a lot of the stunts and fight scenes were done by these actors themselves, were done by Ryan Reynolds, were done by Hugh Jackman, and not necessarily all the time done by stunt doubles, which I really think makes it all the more, it's really great to see that kind of really ambition and that dedication to these roles. And so, Hugh Jackman's return has changed the trajectory of this entirety, really, of this movie. It's not just him returning as, Wolverine, just throwing on the suit or whatever, and kind of just playing the character. He's really becoming the character. And I don't say that in a bad way, or in a healthy way, of course, but he's really put a lot of dedication and a lot of thought into making his return as Wolverine. Hugh Jackman's confirmed return in 2022 changed the trajectory of this Deadpool and Wolverine movie, Deadpool 3, making it more high-stakes sequel than initially intended. The Phase 5 film sees Ryan Reynolds mark with a mouth and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine tasked with a possibly major mission by the Time Variance Authority, the TVA as seen in the Loki Disney Plus series, that threatens to alter the multiverse forever. And so, as I had really taken to mention it from the get-go at the beginning of this video, I know this isn't a very specific video into the regards of plot details or what we're really anticipating to see with this actual movie, what it's actually going to offer in the plot, or any of the different kind of rumors or anything of that nature. I think we've covered a lot of that here on the channel before already, but this video is really just about that preparation process, the dedication that the actors have really put into this overall project. Like, as I had mentioned, it's not just, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine just returning like, oh, whatever, yeah, sure, I'll come back as the character, kind of just return and just kind of cameo in the movie, really, if for anything. He's really actually here, like, coming back, putting in the work, putting in that dedication to really not, like, necessarily become the character, like, in an unhealthy way necessarily, but he's really putting that thought and that dedication into becoming the character, really. And as I mentioned, I think that's something that really just makes it all the more. It's just so much more when he really puts the thought, and they really care about it. Yeah, I know they're getting paid a heaping load of money, both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, to really care about this movie, but really at the end of the day, thinking back to this character of Deadpool, something that Ryan Reynolds has really carved out with Hugh Jackman, I think from the get-go, with some of those original X-Men and Wolverine movies from the early 2000s that were still under Fox Century Studios there as well. They've really fought to have these characters like actually become things and have their movies and have their stories, and I think that really makes it all the more there as well. As you guys probably also know, this is going to be the first R-rated film in Marvel Cinematic Universe history. Of course, the Echo Disney Plus series is rated TVMA, but it's a TV series, not necessarily a movie. And, well, yeah, TVMA is pretty much just rated R, but for TV ratings, essentially. But anyway, this is going to be the first rated R film in MCU movie history. What better way to do it than with Deadpool and Wolverine? This all being said, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial MCU. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Peace out.